Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you. I'm Kanika Arora, moderator of the session today from shiksha.com. And here we have Nazma Gulbadan from IMT Nagpur. She is an expert and she has given she's a math topper basically. So welcome to the webinar, Nazma. How are you?
Thank you, ma'am. I'm good.
Great. Thanks a lot for joining us over here. I would just like to share with you all that today we'll be discussing about the preparation tips for math exam. Apart from that, Nazma will also be sharing her experience about the mock test that she gave and how one can score well in math. So before Nazma starts, I would request you all to please start posting your queries under Q&A tab, guys, and we'll pick up the queries from Q&A and Nazma will give an introduction. So please start with your introduction, dear.
Hello, everyone. I am Nazma Gulbadan, and I am a student from Institute of Management Technology, and currently I'm pursuing PGDM core. You guys would definitely be interested to learn how to appear for math exam and how should be your strategy because it's quite near, and it is scheduled on September 4th. So hope you guys are preparing well.
Great. Thanks a lot, Nazma, for giving an introduction about yourself. And I would request Harshal, Desag, Poonam, Prachi, Rene, whosoever have joined, to please go ahead and ask your doubts since we are here to clear your doubts and whatever you want to know about math, please feel free to ask under Q&A tab, guys. Okay, so Nazma, till the time students are just thinking about the queries, I
Yeah.
would like you to please share some of the important points about mocks, that how many mocks a person should give and like what all is the requirement for the mock result and all, how much should one score.
So as far as math is concerned, math is basically easier compared to CAT. So for math, how you can prepare is you should learn the basics first. So I'll recommend you to take some basic books, or you can prefer Arun Sharma for it. Arun Sharma's books are really best. So after you were done preparing with the basics, you can look for the preparing for the mocks. So mocks, basically you have to start doing 1 month before the exam. So there's no such question like how many mocks or should I attempt 5 mocks or whatever. So you have to do it basically before 1 month. So 1 month, if you do it every alternate day, I did the same thing. I appeared for mock, and every alternate day I gave alternate day because when you appear for the mock, the next day you have to revise the mock that you have attempted. And if anything goes wrong, then you are thorough. You should be thorough with that. Then note it down, jot it down. After that, on the day of the exam, just revise it and go and attempt your exam. So that's basically about mock.
Definitely. Thanks a lot for sharing this mock tip with other students, and I hope it will be very useful for all. Apart from that, I would like to know about the number of questions that a person need to attempt, student need to attempt, and how many questions will give a good or a good number at the end.
So math has 5 sections. So there will
Okay.
be 40 questions each in every
Right.
section. So the in math exam, what they do is they do not consider the general knowledge part. So basically you can avoid that because that is not counted. It's up to you if you want to attempt it. But
Okay.
leaving that, you have 160 questions in total. And 160 questions, if you answer 120 almost with 90 to 95% accuracy, you'll definitely get a 97 or above percentile. So
Okay.
that should be your strategy. Somehow to finish 120 questions with 90 to 95% of accuracy.
That's great. So we have not received any question from you guys. So I hope this webinar is just for you guys. Please go ahead and ask your doubts regarding math. Don't hesitate. Whatever queries you have, post it under Q&A tab. We are eagerly waiting for your doubts, guys. Okay. So Nazma, back to you. I would like you to ask that how one student can score more in math. What
Okay.
are the tips and tricks?
First of all, the most important tip I'll say is appear for mock. I know for the first time you would get less marks, but that is not the question. The more you give mocks, the more you will be thorough with the time management. You will be thorough with the different topics that are given in the mock. You need not study the book separately because the mock questions itself covers the entire syllabus. So give mock, and then the time management, it's really necessary. When you give mock, just think of the time, analyze how much time you're giving to every questions, because that is
Okay.
really important, and on the D-Day that is going to help you.
So we have one question from Komal. She wants to know the top colleges accepting math score in Mumbai.
Okay, so there are several top colleges. I There's a college, International School of Business and Media. It's in Pune. So you
Okay.
can, ISBM is a good college. Then apart from that, outside of Mumbai, you can apply for BIMTech Noida, that I also have applied, but then
Okay.
I prefer this. So you have Jaipuria Institute of Management Technology, Noida. So there
Right.
are really good colleges you can get.
Okay. And any common mistakes that you came across or students have actually done during the past while giving math exams? So please highlight those.
Okay, so myself, I'll share my experience.
Okay.
So when I attempted the questions, for me, it was on the verbal ability part that the first question, it freaked me out because that question I was not able to do it, and that was the starting question. So
Right.
you have to avoid that, like avoid stressing out. If you do not know the question, leave it and start afresh from the second question.
Right.
So if you stress out, the entire paper will go on nervousness and you will not even know where you have done wrong. So start
Okay.
afresh from the second question or from the question that you know.
Great. So Poonam wants to know how MAT exam and syllabus is different from CAT exam. It's a very good question being
Yeah.
asked by Poonam, because most of the students are interested to know how tough is MAT comparatively CAT, and like how it is different in terms of the exam and syllabus.
Okay. Basically, MAT exam is comparatively easier than CAT, we say, because it is easier to score above 90 percentile in MAT. So the syllabus
Okay.
difference, if you see in CAT, we have quantitative skills, then
Okay.
we have DILR, and we have the verbal ability. But in math, we are divided it in 5 sections where the GK also comes in part, and you have the DI part and the logical reasoning, two different extra sets. So that's the difference in the syllabus. But I have prepared for CAT, and through CAT, I appeared for math. But my
Okay.
strategy was to give mocks, the math for the math exam. So that's the basic strategy. If you prepare for CAT, definitely it's done enough for you to appear for math.
Yeah, it's easier actually
Yeah,
then.
it's easier.
And which, like, as you said, like you tried for logical reasoning and all, which section do you think a student should attempt first, which is
Okay.
more easier? Or like the easier section should be attempted first and the difficult one at a later stage? And like, which is that?
Okay, that's a very good question. Actually, the
Yeah.
scoring part will be your data interpretation part. That
Mm,
is one of the most important part you can score, because even in CAT also, because the DILR one question has a set of 5 questions there. So if one you can solve it, and you are going to get the 5 answers easily from that one derivation. So that is basically a very scoring part. So I would say go for the DILR first. After
okay.
that, you can go for the quants. But again, you have to keep in mind the timing, like the time you are about to give to each one,
Yeah.
because the verbal ability also needs time. We have to analyze it and we have to think and write down the answer. So I would say DILR, you should go first and try doing DILR as much as you can.
So I think it must be clear to everyone that the LR section should be attempted first. Okay, so coming to the next query being asked by Rennie, can we switch on to different questions and sections?
No, actually, the sections are being given by from the authorities itself, so from the management itself. So it will be
Okay.
serially. We were given verbal ability first. After that, we were given quants. After that, we were given DILR, and then we were given the GK. So that
Okay.
was the pattern.
Okay. And can a student from biology background who has mathematics up to class 10 crack CAT? What's the crack?
Definitely, I
Yeah.
am a biological, I am a student of
Okay.
biology. I am a medical student, in fact.
Yes.
So if there's no such thing, it management is such a course, like it's open for everyone. And class 10th syllabus, it's enough to have there is the enough basic knowledge you need to have to appear for any management exams.
Great. So, guys, you can go ahead. If you are from any domain, definitely this field is open to all. And any more questions from Ankita, Cherry, Jayashri, since you joined right now? Komal, Lakshya, Poonam has already asked. If you have more questions, guys, please come up because she is there to help you out and she'll be happily uh, solving out or sorting out whatever doubts you have, answering your queries and all. Okay. Any tip that you would like to give to our students for
Oh,
appearing MAT or CAT or any other exam? Since this is specifically about MAT, but any tip would you like to give?
okay, I'll say that I have been appearing for, like, I have appeared for 4 exams: CAT,
Okay.
MAT, ZAT, and SNAP. So
Right.
from my experience, I would say that when you give your mocks, just jot down your queries, jot
Okay.
down your problems in a copy. That will just take up to 10 pages. And on the D day or before the day of your exam, do not
Right.
revise the books, but just go through that copy. That will refresh your entire learning that you have done for the exam. So that's
Okay.
the only tip that helped me during my exam. So
Okay.
that is my experience.
Thank you so much for such a great tip. So we have questions pouring in. I'm happy to see those. Which topics have, like, do you think have more weightage?
Okay. So the quantitative part, if you see, we were given lots of geometries. Geometry
Oh,
bhar bhar ke tha. So
yeah.
then you can go for the pipes and cistern questions. Pipes and cisterns also, there were a lot, and work, labor, and the timing, calendar, clock, all these were there in our time. And from the verbal ability, the reading comprehension is very much important. You'll get at least 3 questions from the reading comprehensions.
Okay.
So just pay attention to that. And DILR, you will basically get questions based on graphs. So that is why I said once you solve a graph, you are going to get 5 subsets of the questions easily.
Right. Right.
That's the kind
Okay.
of questions.
Okay. And any more colleges that you would refer to who are accepting math score with good ROI?
Yeah, you can appear for New Delhi Institute of Management. That is a good college. Then
Right.
you can appear for KIIT Bhubaneswar. Even
Right.
that is a good college. Then VIT Vellore.
Right.
Then we have the Jagan Institute of Management Studies. These are some of the good colleges we can apply.
Exactly. Okay. And how to prepare for an interview?
Okay, for the colleges interview, if you say, first tip is be confident. Be
Okay.
confident and show honesty. Be as you are. Like, based, if you are asked on your hobby, just do not fake it. Tell whatever is your hobby. If you do not have one, just say it frankly, I do not have one, and answer questions with utmost confidence. That's the thing an interviewer always looks: the aptitude, the personality, and the confidence. I would suggest you to be confident. That is how you can crack the interview.
Okay. And does Pumba accept math scores? Pumba is a good college.
Yeah, it does.
It was great. So again, the questions are over and most of the questions have been answered. Any more questions, guys, from your side? Okay, tell something about IMT Nagpur as well. It does it accept math scores or like how did you get through IMT Nagpur?
So I am speaking of IMT Nagpur, it's really a very good college. When I stepped in, that's the campus itself is very interesting. But the saddest thing is it does not accept math score. And I have got here through CAT and ZAT. They accept CAT, ZAT, and also CMAT. So the CAT and Z percentile should be above 75. And it was during our times. This time they are planning to increase it. And from the CMAT, it should be above 90 percentile. But then it is one of the best colleges because the IMT brand, you are going to get the
Exactly.
IMT brand itself.
Yes. Yeah.
So one of the best college with the best faculties.
Okay. So this was your journey to IMT
Yeah,
Nagpur, basically. Great.
I am still about to see lots, but
Actually.
then I'm literally enjoying the campus.
Great. That's a good thing about campus. And we have one more query by Komal Dora. What is the ideal marks or highest marks one should score for good percentile?
Uh, okay, for a good percentile, actually, it it depends on the normalization. The paper, it depends on the how your slot was. So
Yes.
if your slot it was tougher compared to other slot, there will be normalization, and then you are going to get a percentile.
Okay.
So that basically does not depend on marks. But you have to be accurate with the number of questions you are attempting. Just like I said, 120 questions with 90 to 95% accuracy will definitely take you to 97 above percentile.
Super. Okay. One more question being asked by anonymous attendee. If you rename, will not be able to identify who is it. So he graduated this year. So by the next year, it would be considered a gap year. Is
Okay.
there any issue with it in the interview and placements?
No, there's no such issue because gap year, if you know the valid reason why you have had a gap year, then definitely it's okay. You can appear for it.
Okay, great. And we have another question. Sometimes I get distracted in the middle of reading a long passage. How to focus completely throughout?
Okay, I would say that before reading the passage, first make your mind that you are going to read a passage and go through it slowly, thoroughly by understanding what is there inside. Yeah, sometimes it happens that the passage is long enough and you get bored. But the thing is, just make your mind and go thoroughly. It is not necessary that you need to go through each and every word because some questions are not even related to some sentences. So
Exactly.
basically go through the important points, focus for a few minutes until and unless you complete the comprehension, and then you can shift to the next one. But practice will make you perfect till the D-Day. So keep practicing.
Mhm. And keep practicing through mocks.
Yeah, through mocks.
It will work out really well for you. Don't get distracted. And she has given a very good tip to you. So please maybe apply that during your mocks and your practice sessions. Exactly. So we are done with most of the questions, guys. Anything would you like to ask specifically, Shivraj, Washim, and Redmi Note? Since you joined just now, we'll be taking up questions from the Q&A. How many mocks should we give before the exam?
Okay.
That's the next question.
Okay. So how many mocks? Like you should not ask yourself how many mocks.
Exactly.
Attempt as many mocks as you want because mock is the only thing that will give you confidence on the D-Day because mock is something that is exactly a replica of the exam. So I would
Right.
suggest you appearing for the mocks before 1 month of your exam. And that
Okay.
mock is, you will see that it will definitely help you on the exam because there not only you develop your time management skills, but your entire syllabus is revised there.
So
So
Nazma, how many mocks did you attempt at?
I did the same actually. I appeared for mocks 1 month before. I had a coaching. So
Okay.
from there only 1 month before I had attempted the mocks and every alternate day I used to give the mocks.
Super, super. Okay. And does CRISE Bangalore also accept MAT score?
Yes. It accepts. I have my friends studying there, so it does.
Okay. And from where one can get the mock test for MAT?
You can
Ranchi.
get through any coaching center websites and even the Shiksha also provides.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
IMS websites you can get through Career Launcher. You can get through any website. Just you need to subscribe to it.
Okay. Any resources which you would suggest? So she has already suggested that. Any other thing, anonymous attendee, would you like to add on? What would you like to ask about mock? So he's saying I've scored 75 to 77% in 10th and 12th and graduation. Will this affect the academic weightage and selection process?
No, that's
Basically,
a,
students are concerned about their marks during their schooling. 10th and 12th mark, does it affect? And the graduation.
yeah, 10th and 12th mark is basically it's important for a management institute during your placements.
Okay.
And 70 to 75 to 77% is a good score. Like it will get you through the institute. And yeah, academics like 10th and 12th marks do affect your management. And
Okay.
at the time of placement, it is really necessary. But yeah,
Mm,
75 to 77 is a good score.
right. So you can definitely go ahead with this score for math if you're planning for the same.
Yeah,
And yeah, it'll work out well for you guys. So I just have another question about internship experience that helps during the interview or not.
obviously internship experience will not only help you in interviews but during your placements. That is an extra point to add in your CV. When you
Okay.
have done internship, that is basically a experience you are gaining through working somewhere, right? But it
Okay.
may be paid or not, but then that's a experience you have learned. So that internship will literally give you a priority there to get into a good company. So if you are having an internship, that's one of the good things.
Okay. Great. So most of the questions have been answered. I would just like to raise a poll as well, guys. We have one question. I'll just take it over. And I'm raising a poll just to take your feedback that how the session is going exactly. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is the highest. So just rate it accordingly. I have launched the feedback poll. Till the time, we'll take up another question by anonymous attendee. What is the fees and cutoff for IMT Nagpur?
Okay.
Yeah.
So for our batch, that is 2022 to 2024, I would say that it has one of the best ROI ever. We have given 12 lakhs for the entire two session with mess and hostel accommodation included. And
Okay.
here the average placement is 10 LPA. And that comes from the marketing. So that is the entire fees. You need not pay extra for any hostel accommodation. You need not pay extra for mess. You are going to get a set of books for your course academics, and it has one of the best library. So the ROI it provides is like literally awesome.
Superb. Anything else would you like to share about IMT Nagpur? Because like you are studying in that college and students would definitely would be wanting to know about the faculty as well and any other good quality about IMT Nagpur that you would
Okay.
like to share.
So one thing about IMT Nagpur is here, when we do our classes, we usually go through our courses. It's not only the question and answers from the book. It's the case we are given case studies, and those case studies they come from Harvard School of Business. So
Right.
you can imagine, like the experience those faculties from Harvard School of Business they give it to us, and we solve those case studies. So
Okay.
that's giving us a bundle of experience in solving the cases.
Exactly. Exactly. Apart from that, what are the cutoffs?
Okay, cutoffs for CAT and Z, as I said, it is 75 percentile. It accepts CMAT also, so it's 90 percentile. This year we'll be releasing the cutoff, but for us it was above 75 percentile for CAT and Z.
Okay. One more question being posted by anonymous attendees. Can we choose our own specialization? And if yes, which specialization have more scope?
Okay, so choosing specialization is not up to you because that will be given by the institute depending on your interview and your scores. So first importance is given to PGDM core. Core is a specialization where later on you can take your own specialization. You can have the benefit of choosing dual specialization.
Okay.
Then comes PGDM marketing, and then comes PGDM finance. So these are the three specializations they give here. And PGDM core is given, like it's not that importance, but PGDM core gives you a alignment towards choosing your both the majors.
Right. Okay, great. I think this ends up with the queries.
Okay.
I would just like to ask if anyone has more questions because We are almost done. So if you have, please ask under Q&A tab, whatever queries you have, guys. We are actually waiting for the. She's already shared about any scholarships also in your college?
Yeah, if you score above 90 percentile in CAT and ZAT or even CMAT, you are
Mm,
going to get 100% refund of the academic fees. And
super.
even we have tuition fee waiver scheme also. Like
Great.
it's basically it depends on the economically weaker section certificate. And if it gets approved, then we are going to get some amount of refund. And females are already getting a 5% scholarship. Anyway, it's being given by the institute itself.
And what about the education loan? Like, how can one avail that, and what's the procedure for the same?
So loan I have taken myself, I have taken a loan from Bank of Baroda, but then you can take it from any loans. It's according to
Yeah,
your convenience.
yeah, yeah.
So what I did is just go to the bank, like
Okay,
the branch that provides education loan. Go
right.
there and they will select your institute. They have certain premium list of the institutes, and if your institute fall under list A or list B, accordingly they have those criterias, like
Mm,
if you need to give any mortgages or something else. So for IMT Nagpur you need not have, like for the Bank of Baroda. So
okay.
basically that's the way you approach, and it takes almost 15 days, around 15 days to the for the loan process
Process.
to get sanctioned.
Okay, great. So, like, since you have already taken a loan, so you have explained it much better.
Yeah.
That's a great thing, and I think it will be again useful for our students and aspirants who are looking for educational loan. So how to brush up communication and speaking skills?
Okay, communication and speaking, basically you will first develop it by networking with other people.
Okay.
First of all, go and talk to new people. Just I would suggest that do not sit in a corner or do not sit silently. Go and speak to as many people as you want. And when you go and speak, you will know those persons from the other side. And then you will develop that confidence. You will see, observe other people how they are speaking. When you take those observations and
Right.
inculcate in yourself, you will develop that confidence to speak in front of others. So that's how I developed it after I came here, because before I was also the same, but now the communication has literally improved a lot.
Right. Don't worry about the communication, guys. Again, you
Yeah.
just take it in your daily practice. You will definitely get through that. It's like not a rectifying thing wherein you just have to read through and you will get that. Just speak up every time and you will get to know. Okay. So thank you so much, attendee, anonymous attendee. Since like you are saying thanks to us for this session. I hope this session was quite useful for all of you guys. I am sharing some of the links. I would like to tell you that we are conducting different webinars for different domains and different categories as per the requirement of the aspirant. So please go ahead and check shiksha.com. We have trending webinars shared there itself. Apart from that, if you want or if you have any more further queries, you can definitely post your queries. I've shared you the link in the chat, and our panelists uh, will answer the queries over there itself. Apart from that, I've shared my email ID if you have any more questions, or if you want to connect, or if you want to just give an update, please go ahead and write back to me. Apart from that, I would like to add on one more thing. This webinar will be like posted on YouTube. You can check it out if you want to know about any more doubts that like you must have left it out or you joined it late. You can just go and check that in the YouTube. I'll share the link very soon with you. So thanks a lot, guys, for coming over and sharing the information. Thanks a lot, Nazma,
Thank you, ma'am.
especially for sorting out the queries of the aspirant, and it would be definitely useful for them. It was really a very good session with you. Thanks a lot, dear, for coming over.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye to all, and all the best, guys.
All the best, guys.
Thank you. So, Nazma,
Yes, ma'am.
we have one more question. I would just like to end up with that. After doing BSc nursing, what she is selecting, why she is selecting MBA? Everyone wants to know. Just
Oh,
end up. We'll
yeah,
take
yeah.
up this last question. Yeah.
So, like, I would say that there's no any limits to knowledge, right? You can gain as much knowledge as you want, and
Right.
management is such a field that takes variety of the students. They do not choose from
Right.
which background you are, from what you are. And
Right.
when I was doing BSc nursing, I wanted to explore the other part of the world apart from medical. So being into the corporate world is something different totally from the medical sector. So that
Right.
motivated me towards entering into the corporate world. And I appeared for the management exams, and then I did it through, and I'm here now.
Super, hats off to you. And I hope the attendee have got the answer now.
Yeah.
So we'll just close the session with this last question. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thanks a lot once again to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel.